All right. Hello, everybody. Hey, my name is Craig Smith, and I'm your host to walking through the Alovea Pros program. This is a two-part series. The first section is going to be really talking to coaches, trainers, athletes, and healthcare professionals about how this program works and really the opportunity associated with it. It's more than just a sponsorship. It's really a platform for performance, purpose, and possibilities. And it's designed for coaches, trainers, professional athletes like Nico here on the screen, one of the top paddle players in the country. Of course, NIL athletes with colleges and schools, and of course, all healthcare professionals. For those that haven't met, my wife and I helped develop this program with Alovea. Our background is I built the largest tennis school in Canada back in the day. So I come from the sporting coaching world, and my wife being a chiropractor, we both worked in those worlds where we have that experience of seeing clients and patients and helping develop this program came from our own uh, excitement around the businesses we developed. We have many traditional businesses that have grown all around the world. And of course, we helped launch Alovea with the amazing founder and CEO, Mr. Sam Castor, into a business that have done now hundreds of millions of dollars. But the sponsorship program is something really unique, and it's an opportunity that I'm very passionate about because I'm passionate about coaches, trainers, athletes, and healthcare professionals and how they can provide more value to their clients and to their patients in a way that makes sense, in a way that can offer value to those patients, but also can generate more impact and more revenue for them as well. So let's dive right into this. So as we said, this program really is more than just a sponsorship program, and it is geared towards those four buckets. Now, you may not be a coach or trainer, athlete, or healthcare professional here today. That's fine. You can definitely be here and listening in because you may know other coaches, trainers, healthcare professionals that you can then share this information with. But the program's designed where a coach or a trainer or health athlete, they can apply, or healthcare professional apply, just like being sponsored by Wilson or Adidas or other major brands. And once approved, we're going to walk you through what that means. But before we do that, I want to spend a little bit of time, why this is such an interesting time frame to do such a thing and why there's such a unique opportunity. And probably the biggest thing is right now you're already influencing health. You are the original influencers, right? In today's world, influencers are very much tied into social media, and and a lot of coaches, trainers, athletes, and healthcare professionals have built huge followings online. But at the end of the day, coaches, trainers, athletes, healthcare professionals are face to face with people every day. I just took a personal training session today. I was with a trainer, and I'm building trust with that trainer, and that trainer recommends something for me to do. I'm going to listen because I'm building trust with that coach or that trainer. So I've always believed the original influencers around health are these core categories. So the company of Alovea has said, look, we want to partner with people who have this credibility, this background, and Alovea Pros can help turn that influence into something bigger, whether it's helping their clients with health, it's developing new revenue for their business. And of course, it's creating an impact, and I'm going to touch on what that means. So sponsorship is designed differently. I was sponsored as a tennis coach, but I was basically given some products. Unless you're a Roger Federer, you're one of the biggest names in the world, or a famous athlete, most companies don't have these elaborate, huge financial packages. However, we've developed something that can really create something that not only supports the coach and the trainer and the athlete healthcare professional, but can show them multiple ways where it can be impactful. So one is, of course, through product support, which we'll talk on a little bit more. The income that can be generated, because in today's world, being an affiliate, people want to buy from people they like, know, and trust. We're going to share some incredible data on this, and coaches kind of letting go of recognizing they already recommend and promote so many different things to be able to align themselves with companies that they're sponsored, that they believe in. Of course, they should be getting compensated because of that. The growth, we already have 340 some odd pros who have been sponsored with Alovea. We're excited to expand this around the world, and the ability for our pros to meet other people and all of the different trainings that we do to help support that growth. And there's a huge global impact. Alovea is a social business, buy one, give one, with all of their products. And we're going to show what that impact actually means. So more support, more opportunity, more impact with this sponsorship program. Now, at the end of the day, anybody who's going to sponsor and put their name attached to the company has to believe in the company's leadership, has to believe in the company's products, have to believe in the company's mission. I've met very, very few professional athletes and professional healthcare professionals that are willing just to put their name on something because they're being sponsored. There's an alignment. I just got off the phone with somebody, tennis players on the pro tour, and that was his number one thing. He's very excited about Alovea, but because of what the company stands for, because of how the products are developed, and because of the mission behind the company. If you're not into any of that, this is not the right program to try to apply for. But if you learn about our products and learn about our mission, say, this is something I want to put my name attached to, we would love to have you part of the pros program. So we believe, of course, that these are products that are heavily supportive for you to be able to put your name behind. They're food-based technologies with real science behind it, designed to support the body. The foundation of the company, we're going to talk about Edge here in a second. The foundation of our company is built around this ACE Mannan technology from the Alovea plant. So we have the proprietary ingredient that we call Alovea AE. No one else in the world has that. And we integrate that in multiple different categories. So the company has a large line of products. We'll touch on some of these here in a moment, but every one of them has the Alovea AE. And we do sell Alovea AE 100%, where you can just get that for your immune system and your immune support. So one fundamental and foundational technology, but it's multiple pathways to better wellness that integrates into how somebody's integrating their life. So we're going to explain how that works. One is I'm going to show you some of our products. I'm not showing you all of them, but and basically the people who invited you to this, either this recording or this here live, they can give you more information and show you where you can get all of the details on each one of these. But these are the ones we're seeing that are most driven by our healthcare professionals, because we're seeing a difference between our sponsored coaches, trainers, and athletes. They tend to drive more our performance line of products, where our healthcare professionals, although some support all of the products, but they tend to lean on these ones more. Our core and OptiPack product is really about your gut health and your whole food vitamins, minerals, omega fatty acids. Like, it's really a fundamental line. And even these two products, we have a special package called your Targeted Health Stack, where basically for the price of these two, you can add additional product virtually for free. So you can create a really fully health, wellness driven integrated package of products that is targeted to what somebody's looking for, but it starts with these two, and they can then pick any other product line to support their health for basically $7 a day. It's pretty incredible. Number one selling product, this is the ACE Mannan technology immune, and then the number two would be our inflammation. So the company really focuses on that immune system, your inflammation, and your gut health, and your overall nutrition. Those are the fundamentals. But then we also, for our coaches, trainers, and athletes, we have a full performance line. And this is what we're seeing just so much excitement around, is because, of course, the world of hydration, the hydration industry has grown like crazy. This is what I'm drinking right here. I'll actually take a sip, because I need hydration after talking to you guys for so long here. This is a massive market, but so is the clean energy market, and then of course the recovery product. So Alovea has this beautiful line of how the three of them can work extremely well together. And of course, coaches, trainers, athletes, they're either looking for these products themselves, and every one of their clients and patients are coming in and looking for this already as well. So if you're a tennis coach or a golf coach or a football coach or whatever modality you may be in, you're a trainer, the reality is your students are coming and they're already looking for something. So for you to be sponsored by a company that you believe in, that you can then share some information, which I'll show how to share that in a moment, and not only be able to provide the best value for your clientele, but at the same time be compensated for the relationship and for everything that you've done to get you to this stage. That is smart business, and that's what the power of this sponsorship program is all about. So we do have the whole fuel, which is ideal for before, You've got our Edge program, which is really your electrolytes while you're playing, and a powerful recovery product, Postpone, which is focused on the clinically studied to lower the response to excess cortisol. So you can help let the body be in that recovery mode. So we've also developed different ways to how to integrate this into different clinics, whether you're a wellness clinic, a professional clinic, a gym, whatever it may be. So we're developing new point of sale systems. This is one for Edge. And each one of these, we give our sponsored pros unique, kind of almost like a unique personalized URL code. And in the second half of this presentation today, we're going to go through a training on how you can best utilize and how you can set up these QR codes, because with today's technology, it's very simple, very powerful. But now all of a sudden you have your clients coming in, they see you drinking the products, maybe you have branding on your shirt. You can, because you get so much free product, you can give them a sample, or you can turn around and sell it for 100% profit. So it turns every countertop into this incredible sales opportunity. You can show the product, people can scan it, and then have it shipped directly to their home. Super easy, and we're going to see more and more of these point of sales for the different products. And this is what I'm most passionate about with our company. We're helping people get healthy. And as a sponsor, when I was a tennis coach, I recommended a ton of things because I had so many people coming to me, but I wasn't changing the world, right? I was helping people hit a better forehand, a better backhand. I love that. I love the idea of helping people get healthier, but because the company is a buy one, nourish one company. So it's what's called a public benefit corporation in Dallas, Texas is where it's incorporated, which means it's allowed to support a cause and basically give their profits to supporting an impact with top line revenue, meaning every single sale, they're creating a matching of the same ACE-Mannan AE, the Alovea AE is being donated to children in need around the world. We partnered with President Fox and his wife in Mexico. It's just a completely powerful program to be able to be part of something that's meaningful. And the company, we just surpassed 70 million servings. We're about to be at 71 million. So again, the same technology, every single serving sold and is being donated to children around the world. What I love though, is every pro that gets a free app tied into their sponsorship. And within this app, the company actually tracks all of your sales and the amount of donations that are being donated because of you. And I always love that because I know I helped a lot of people in the tennis world, but I couldn't visually see the impact. And I know there was a ripple effect of that because some kids, earned levels of excellence or training or different things that we try to apply into tennis. But to be able to be sponsored by a company, and here's an example. This is wonderful Robin. Many of you know Robin. She's an incredible nurse. She's a wellness coach. And she is a sponsored pro. So she went through the process. She got approved. We did a podcast with her. Her story's incredible. The Alovea products have changed her life. Well, this was a little while ago. I don't know what she's at today, but she's at over 800,000 servings have been donated because she has shared Alovea with others. She shared her affiliate link with others. And the company tracks that for you, which I think as a coach and a trainer and healthcare professional, the goal and desire to want to help people, because most coaches don't get into it because they're going to, make millions of dollars unless you're coaching the NFL. The vast majority of coaches, trainers, healthcare professionals, are living, with making an income, but it's tied to your every single day, tying into what you're doing. So this is a way that not only can you earn income that's not associated with your on-court hours or your in-clinic hours, but it helps your patients when you're not with them. But at the same time, the company's tracking this overall impact, which I think is extremely exciting. So I'm going to wrap this up into kind of showing you how this works and then how you can apply to be an Alovea Pro if this is something that's saying, yeah, this is something I'd want to be part of. Again, you have to get approved, but I want to show you the vision and the potential. So we really kind of talk about this Alovea 3.0 because we have really three divisions of our company. We're seeing influencers. We've got an incredible amount of influencers sharing our technologies and products like affiliate marketers on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram and different areas, podcasts, blogs. We have our pros program, which we have hundreds and hundreds of pros that are already sponsored, and we're excited to grow that tremendously. And then we have people that are joining the company as a social business partner, and they're given the opportunity to grow. What's interesting about the pros is it kind of plays in all three of these arenas. So I'm going to walk you through what that looks like. First of all is the influencer. So if you are a coach or trainer or healthcare professional on this call or athlete, you already have influence. You are an influencer. And whether it's online or not online, or it's a combination of both, the reality is there's some power to being an influencer in today's world because the e-commerce and the buying decision of customers has radically changed. Check out this data below. 68% make an influencer inspired purchase at least once a year. 49% do it monthly. It has just completely changed the world. And by the way, micro influencers, it's not about people who have millions of followers. The most powerful and the fastest growing trend is people who have, 1,000 or 500 or 2,000 followers. And you're seeing the growth of micro influencers because there's strong engagement around this. We have multiple influencers that are just doing unbelievable with Alovea because the products have shifted their life or have changed somebody in their family's life. They're sharing that on social media and it's creating a huge ripple. And we're also seeing this with our coaches and trainers and athletes and healthcare professionals because they have clients already coming in. They share that story, they share samples, and that influence is creating a substantial impact. So in today's world, it's very natural for people to be buying products from somebody that they like, know, and trust, opposed to buying in a box store or buying in a major, massive brand. So as a coach in the old days, maybe there was this misunderstanding of like, oh, I'm just a tennis coach. I can only make revenue being a tennis coach. Today's world, our consumers are expecting you to be able to have these relationships and share different QR codes that they can get not only good deals, but also the best in quality product. And you're that source to educate. Now, the power of the pros program comes in the credibility, the community, but also the customer reach. Because in coaches, there's over 300,000 certified coaches, 500,000 students, there's hundreds of thousands of trainers, millions of healthcare professionals. If you add all this up, every single one of these people have a reach of customers. So I know when I was tennis coaching, I probably see a few hundred different students every single year. I had my regulars, I had all my students and their parents, but then you'd always have new people that would come in and maybe only show up 1 or 2 or 3 times. But these are people that I'm building relationships with. And, if you can get 20, 25 customers from these people, the impact is huge. So if we look at the pros program, if out of these 11 million pros, that's just the United States. I'm going to talk to you about the world in a second. That's 100,000 sponsored pros with 25 customers. That's millions of customers. That can change lives. So when you're thinking of this as a pro, you can think of it as not only the impact of just being able to help my clients or patients, the income that's generated from that, but because you can also help us grow this, you can sponsor other coaches and trainers and healthcare professionals by being that social business partner. Your sponsorship includes this for free. You automatically get the ability to be a social business partner in your pro status. And this gives you the ability to share this with anybody around the world. We have 24 countries. Actually, I think it's 26 now. We just opened Spain and Greece and one other country, Ireland. So I think we're actually in 27 countries. So, or it might already be, oh no, it's already in here. So 24 countries around the world. We're expanding further all the time. And this means you might know a coach. I know there's a Alovea Pro that just came on who has family in Spain, and they're now excited that they have a tennis club and paddle club in Spain. So now they can expand that into that region. So the ability to build something that can create a bigger impact and a bigger financial impact for you is huge. I learned this really well and by accident when I was a tennis coach. Most coaches are out there working 30, 40 hours a week. I built a tennis school that I ended up hiring 77 pros. I took over 27 clubs. And as I hired more and more pros, every hour I was teaching was great, but I had 77 pros also teaching for that hour. So I was getting paid on 77 hours, actually 78 because I was working too. So I'd be on court. So the amount of income I earned was radically more than any other coach. When I was 22 years old, our income grew over $1 million at 22 years old, which was kind of mind-boggling as a tennis coach. But that's because of the power of leveraging time through the efforts of others. I didn't have that capability if I was just teaching tennis. Well, as a pro, almost like franchising, if this is working in your club, it's working in your medical practice, it's working in your office, Well, it's something, and you probably know a lot of other people in the similar modalities. I was just talking to that sponsored or that professional tennis player, and he was talking about a really good buddy of his runs a bunch of tournaments. He said he thinks he might be really interested in this. Well, you can see how fast this can grow and to be able to share it with other folks. So one person can share, a team can then multiply, and you can create true impact around the world. And this is what it kind of all comes down to. Alovea at the core is our impact of impacting people's health, changing people's health, and changing the world through our nourishment program of nourishing children in need around the world through our buy one, give one model. So our little saying is love is at the center of all we do. Makes sense because love is in the middle of our name. Of course, it kind of works for all of us tennis and paddle people, but I know not every sport uses the word love, which I think is pretty hilarious. But the influencers, Alovea Pros, and social business partners feed into the entire company's success. And of course, we're helping people live healthier. We're changing people's lives financially. Ann and I know it's completely changed our life, being able to earn millions and millions and millions of dollars with this. And of course, the impact of being able to nourish children around the world is very, very powerful. So the big question as we wrap up this portion, I'm going to 3 more quick slides to show you how this works. Why you, why now? Well, somebody's invited you as a coach or a trainer, a healthcare professional, thought that this may fit your practice or may fit your modality of what you work on. They thought you would be a good representative of the company. We're looking for people that are honorable, good people, lead by example. We're looking for people who care about others. If you don't care about people, it's probably not the right sponsorship for you. And then if you love to create impact, this is I think, a fantastic partnership around a sponsorship that could work for you. So how to get started and what do you get as a sponsored person? Well, one, as a sponsor, the sponsored benefits. Every pro who's sponsored gets $750 a year of free products. So those products can be used. They could sell them for 100% profit, which would work out to more than double that amount. They could use them as samples. They can give away at tournaments. And just like any sponsored athlete, when I was sponsored as Wilson, I didn't get free rackets for the rest of my life. As long as I was active, and I had to do $5,000 in sales at our pro shop per year. I had to buy that amount of wholesale to keep my sponsorship, and I got a lot of extra because of that sponsorship. So same thing, when somebody's sponsored, they're approved. If they do nothing over the next 12 months, obviously their sponsorship drops. If they stay active and have at least 10 active customers or do a certain amount of affiliate sales throughout the year, we know that sponsorship is a win-win. All pros can also qualify for an additional $300 a monthly product. So every time you use your affiliate code or your QR code, you get product credits for that, and you can get $300 every single month. So that is a really, really powerful program. We have a ton of our pros getting $300 of free products every month. Some of them are putting them in their point of sale shops. Some of them are using it for their own personal products, whatever it may be. This is the game changer right here, 20 to 35% pro affiliate income. Everybody starts at 20%, and as your monthly, how much you share in a month, that volume, once it grows, and it's not big numbers. I think it's $3,000 or $4,000 a month gets you up to 35%. Why is that so big? In the world of affiliate marketing, for those that have more experience in that, typically you'll be around that 5 to 10%. And a lot of times it's only on your first product order. Not every order that customer makes. So to have a food-based technical product that's giving 20 to 35% commission is massive. It's a huge amount of income. So you have those 25 customers or 20 customers. I mean, you're generating thousands of dollars, and it can be really a game changer. Plus, you're getting all this free product on top of it. Like we talked about earlier, complimentary social business status. So you get the app and you be able to track that overall ripple. You talk about the company unlocks these special opportunities for you as a pro. So as you generate more and more sales on a monthly basis, can generate these special bonuses that are called team builder bonuses up to $3,800. And of course, we have ongoing training, like we're going to pause here in a second, and we're going to start training for our pros and how to learn and grow. We actually have oh, there's Mr. Eric. Nice to see you, Eric. I just saw his name pop up. what I love about this program is, it's like-minded people working together to make a huge impact. Now, getting started, pro approval. I'm going to show you how you get approved. Every pro does need to start off with a one-time $300 purchase package. And if you're a student, you have to sign the NIL agreement. Now, the NIL agreement you have to sign because that's what the NCAA requires. So we have a legal document in the sign-up form. Why the $300? Well, just like when I was with Wilson, they gave me a whole lot of free stuff, but they wanted to prove that it was really going to be valuable for them. So I had to commit to a certain amount of wholesale purchases throughout the year. We also found that more pros create more success when they have something in it. So they're engaged. So that $300 is, say with Edge, it could be buying 6 bags of Edge. That would qualify you. You can actually make it any product order. And then of course you get $750. So that would be equivalent to 12 additional bags for free, or you can have any line of product. If you're a healthcare professional, you want immune and limitless, that's what you can order. So it makes it really simple and very flexible for you as a sponsored pro. So how do we get actually started? You have to apply. This isn't available for everybody. We have turned down numerous people. This isn't for somebody who plays weekend sports. This isn't for somebody who's retired. It is for professionals. If you're a coach, trainer, and athlete, this was the website. You go to Alovea Pros, you would click on coach, trainer, athlete. It's going to walk you through everything. You hit apply. You apply under that category because it asks you different questions. You'll get replied to in 24 to 48 hours. Once you're approved, if approved, it will guide you through the next steps where you'll be contacting somebody with the company that will set up your affiliate account, will set up your structure to set up your affiliate income where it will be mailed to, and make sure you're all coordinated. And then you'll get a follow-up email once you do that. We have an online getting started stage that will help you get started as a pro. So you'll get that link. And then of course, we're doing these calls. We're going to do these calls twice a month. So you can invite other coaches, trainers, or athletes to hear about this, and I'll do this presentation live and answer questions. And then, of course, we'll do the trainings twice a month as well. So it's that simple. And if you are a coach, trainer, athlete, healthcare professional listening, we would love to have you part of this, and can't wait to see you guys apply.